Hi, I'm Dan Finn. I'm the Natural Resources Horticulture and Turf Manager with the Bolingbrook Park District. I'm here today to talk about naturalizing the buffer areas around ponds. That just means installing native plant species, the plant species that would have been here hundreds of years ago, thousands of years ago. We use native plants because the root systems are much deeper than that of turf grass. Turf grass is usually about 4 to 8 inches deep for the root systems. Native plants can be anywhere from 15 to 20 feet deep. It helps hold the shoreline better. It helps uptake some of those chemicals and nutrients that we don't want to make it to the pond. And then the other benefit too is just for the plants and animals you see around, all the insects, all the birds, all the little mammals. Those are things that have adapted to live with these plants over time, and they provide better habitat and better food than turf grass or non-native species. Shoreline stabilization is the ability of the shoreline to hold soil in place. Over time, the action of the water tries to erode away soil, and it ends up in the pond. The natural grasses and prairie plants that we install have very deep root systems that help hold that soil in place. So this is an example of undercutting. If you can see here, I can put my hand under basically underground. As wave action forms, will erode away this undersection, and at some point the roots of the grass will no longer be able to hold it in place, and this whole section will fall off into the pond. This is called pickerel weed. It's a native emergent plant species, so it actually grows in the water. It's really important for helping control that erosion because it breaks up the waves before they reach the shoreline. And then it's really good for taking nutrients out of the water, nutrients that'll lead to things like algae blooms and other invasive plant growth on the pond itself. During heavy rain events, water kind of forms a sheet and flows across the surface straight down to the water. Native plants, they help slow down the flow of water, and they help absorb some of the nutrients and chemicals that would otherwise end up in the water. Some common examples of this are pesticides, herbicides, if it's near roads, motor oil, other kinds of dirt and contaminants like that. Maintenance costs, there's more of an upfront cost than there is with turf grass. We have to do the actual install. Once the seeding is fully established, we really only need to make a visit about every month to month and a half throughout the summer, and then we don't do anything at all during the winter for it. On the flip side, for managing turf grass, we need to visit that every 7 to 10 days. As far as safety goes, especially when you are dealing with steeper slopes or with undercutting, it's not safe to mow very close to the pond sides. These native grasses give us an area that we don't have to manage with a mower, so we're not getting as close to the water with our mowers, and it's just keeping the crew further away and a little bit more safe.